last 24 hours?
Fun. No sleep. A few hours of sleep. But we got 2 wins in the last 24 hours. So that's always great.
Yeah, what does it say about your ability to perform, especially in the second half, like you're able to, put them away, considering, given the circumstances?
We're a resilient team. We've been through the storm already this year. So to play the game we played says a lot about the group. I had no doubt that we would play the game we played. It's been a few times now in my career that we've had situations like this, and I think one of the games we lost, we was going to LA. That was way back, maybe my second year in the league. But all the other ones, I think we won. Steph broke a record last year. We got in the day of. We won in the Garden last year. We got in the day of. Ironically, we were leaving the Garden, and we get in the day of. Sleep on the plane. Sitting on the plane from 12 to 7. But no excuses. Nobody wanted to hear an excuse if we lost, so I think we did a good job of making sure that we took care of what we needed to take care of and got the job done.
How do you train or build that resilience? Like you said it yourself, like you guys have been in situations where people are doubting you. This year, obviously, the past months have been a lot of questions. Now you guys have this stretch. How do you? I mean, obviously, you said you had no doubts you guys were going to come back, but how do you think that has developed over the past few years? Like, what is it?
Well, number one, you have winners. And then you bring in people with winning qualities that needs to learn how to win, and you have guys and staff that teach them. And a part of winning, if you're going to win, you have to be resilient. And so I think, if your leaders are resilient, you have no choice. And Steph is one of the most resilient people I've ever seen. Steve Curry is resilient as hell. And so I think, when you have that, everybody else kind of fall in line, and you got great guys that embrace that, and it's a special thing.
You guys are on quite a run right now. I'm just curious what your perspective is on, why you guys are clicking so well. What's come together for you?
I think it's all coming together. People are settling into their roles on this team. The steps that Jonathan Kuminga has taken has been huge. Moses, look at Moses. Haven't quite played a ton of minutes this year, and yet he continues to stay ready and shows the step that he's taken. Lead the team in plus-minus tonight at plus 17. Last 2 nights having to guard a point guard and shutting both of them down. It's very, very, says a lot about our developmental staff. Says a lot about those guys and the work that they're putting in. And, guys having a main goal. We all have one goal at the end of the day. And however we got to get there and get that done, that's what we have to do.
Draymond, you got your own podcast. Very good one, by the way.
Hey.
You represent, quote-unquote, the new media. How would you define the new media? And what's the difference between the new media and the old media?
The old media lie a lot. They don't keep it too real. New media, we keep it real. You got to stand on what you stand on. There's not many passes given out. A lot of people say things and don't necessarily stand by that. They flip-flop with the wind. Wind blowing this way, one day they go that way, it blow this way, the next day they go that way. We stand on what we believe, we're truth tellers. We speak our piece, and it's fact-based. It's not assuming, it's not throwing things out there to get clicks. It's fact-based. And, it's a special fraternity/sorority to be a part of, and all cannot join.
Draymond, when you look at the quality of the teams 1 through 10 in the West, I know the West has been pretty loaded for most of your career in the NBA, but does it almost feel tougher this year in some ways?
It gets tougher every year. You're in this league, players get better, teams get better, it gets tougher every year. But that's what you want. You want that type of competition because that's what keeps you going every night. If you're coming out and you're playing against whoever, and with nothing to play for, it's hard to get motivated for that. You know, when you got playing against good teams, you're in a race with other good teams, it gives you something to stand up for every night. We could have came out and laid down tonight. Everything was going against us. But, you know, it's those things that get you up, keep you going. And so, it's fun.
How the experience of having CP as a teammate been for you guys? I mean, obviously, another like mega competitive animal joining like Steph, yourself, play. How's that experience been for everybody?
It's been incredible. You know, we've competed against C for so many years, and you know, to have him on this side as a teammate, you know, learn from him, pick his brain, you know, have his input. You know, CP is a winner, knows how to win, you know, and so just having that steady presence that he is on and off the court is huge for this team, and it's been a joy to have him here this year.
Scottie Barnes has taken a bit of a leap this year, playing more of that point forward position. That's something you've really made your own throughout your NBA career. What has impressed you about his game, and as someone with experience in that point forward role, what do you feel like is the next step for him?
I mean, he's shooting the ball a lot better. He's making the reads, super aggressive. He's making guys around him better, you know, and I think that's a great thing for him. I think the thing for Scottie is Scottie's the face of a franchise, you know, and so he's going to have to continue to score the basketball. I think that's going to be a big thing for Scottie. You know, we know all the things that he does on the court, and he's a Swiss Army knife, but he's going to have to score the basketball, being the face of a franchise. And he's doing more and more of that. I was just looking at the stats. He do have 14 rebounds, and that's Pirtle with 14 rebounds. I kept looking at the stat sheet like, golly, he had 14 rebounds in 24 minutes. All right, that's Pirtle. But anyway, Scottie is an incredible player. You know, he'll be, you know, you come in this league and you hope to leave your mark, you know, and me playing the point forward position, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I was the first person to do it, but I think I've done it a little differently than most. And he'll take that to a whole nother level. And, you know, when you come in this league, one of our OGs used to tell me, Pete Myers, like, you owe it to this game to lead a game in a better place than it was when you found it. And for me, to see guys like Scottie Barnes come in with kind of in that mode, he's far bigger than me, probably 4 inches taller, way more athletic. You know, he's a special talent. And so when you come in this league and you see guys like that that's kind of in that mode, you have a strong appreciation for it. And even more so, love to see them take it to a whole nother level than you ever could. And I think Scottie will do way more than I ever did in my career.
Draymond, when it wins the 13 of the last 16, there's been guys in and out of the lineup. Steve credited the consistency in play to the chemistry. What goes into establishing the chemistry that you guys have found, and what goes into maintaining it?
You know, the crazy thing is this team has had great chemistry since we came together. You know, coming together, we did a couple mini camps this summer, which was great. You know, and we've started building that, and you know, guys are pulling for each other. And like I said before, we all have one common goal. And as long as everybody stick to that goal, it's not going to be your way every night. But as long as that goal stays at the forefront, you know, and you veer from that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like throughout the course of an 82-game season plus playoffs, you don't veer from that. You do. But it's our job as a whole to make sure whoever veers from it, that you pull them right back to it. And, you know, we've been doing a great job of that regardless of who's been in and out of the lineup. Other guys have been stepping up. Other guys are leaning and trusting in each other. And, you know, when you put a great group of guys together like Mike Dunleavy has, that is the benefit. You know, we got great guys in that locker room.
Draymond, thanks. Draymond, tonight Toronto fans were cheering for the Warriors as much as they were for the Raptors. How much does that help you when you're away? It's an away game, but you got so many people behind you, thousands of fans behind you.
That's always special. You know, DubNation comes out when we go on the road. It's always special when you can kind of get that home feeling even when you're on the road. And look no further than the Steph Curry effect. Play with Steph, you get a lot of that. So, we get cheered in a lot of arenas we go to. I get booed in most arenas I go to, but shout out to the Canadians. They were very nice to me, and I appreciated it. So, peace and love.